Okay, up on the bench today is one of my all-time favorite radios. I think they're just cool looking, if nothing else, and it's old. And it's a hybrid, because it has a tube final. This is a high gain, single sideband, and model 623. It's a 23 channel radio. Can easily get into 40 channels. That's not actually that hard. So it can be brought up to, get into the modern channels. But I have a couple of these, and I got this one. Saw it was a dirty, nasty, oh my god. Actually, where in the hell's my rag? Thrown into the rag bin, but that's one of a few of the dirt that I cleaned off the top cover. Yeah, it had about a ½ inch of mildewy, moldy looking crap on the top. So it's been stashed away somewhere for a long time, because shit was literally growing on it. But the inside actually looks very nice. Now, I still need to do a lot of cleanup on this. I need to touch up the lettering for fine-tune there. But if you're not familiar with them, like I say, it's 23 channel, it's sideband radio. One of the really nice things about this has a multi-turn clarifier. So there's two controls here. They say it's 10 turn. I counted it on this one. It's actually about 10 3/4 of a turn. Because all it is a normal potentiometer with a ball bearing reduction drive system. So you can see as you watch the outer dial there, it just turns slowly, or vice versa. I can turn that one and spins the outside one really fast. But I counted it, and like I say, this one's actually about 10 3/4 turns. So it has a noise blanker. That's a pull switch on these. Calibration, mic gain, RF gain. Power cal SWR for the meter, your mode selector, and volume on-off control. So standard controls. Inside, like I say, this is a hybrid, so it has a vacuum tube final. Now this is a modular designed radio, so there's actually two little brackets that I have already removed. There's one that goes right here, holds the boards down, and then there's another one that goes right here. Now this one actually, I don't want to push too hard on it because it's drying. I fused this one back together, so I'm waiting for it was actually broken right there. One of the other ones that I have, I've had some of these been shattered into several pieces. I've actually made some of these brand new over the years. It's just take a piece of plastic, chuck it into vise in a milling machine and mill it out. But like I say, this one only had the one crack there, easy enough to fuse back together. So let me pause the video here. Like I say, it's modular. Now when you work on these, you have to have a set of extender boards. Now I have plugged it in. It does receive. Receive is very low. On channel 1 with 10,000 microvolts going into it, which that's a booming signal coming in. But with 10,000 microvolts on channel 1, I get I think it was like an S2 or an S3. By the time you get up to channel 23, it's up to I think it was up to S7 or something. But it does receive. I have not tried transmit yet, and I'm not going to, not until I completely go through this thing. But like I say, it does receive. I don't care if the receive's low, that doesn't matter. It's working. That's the main thing. Now this is a PLL synthesized radio. Now it does not use a single chip because this is very early construction, so it has a programmable divider board. So like I say, let me actually pause the video. I'm going to pull the speaker so I can get this board out, but I'll actually pull all these boards and have them hanging off to the side. But you have to have a set of extender boards to when you do the alignments on these, or if you ever need to troubleshoot one, because as you can see, you can't get down in there you could probe some stuff along the top, but it'd be impossible to get to the parts on the bottom. It would also be impossible to do an alignment on this, because as you can see how close the transformer cans are almost touching the board on the opposite side there, so there's no way to get an alignment tool in there. So I have to find those. That's another thing. It's been so long since I worked on one of these. I made up a set of extenders, and it's just a matter of locating them now. But so let me get her dismantled so you can get a little bit better look at it. Okay, so you can see she has been disemboweled. I've got intestines hanging out all over the place. But like I say, here you can see wasn't a single chip radio. So like I say, lots of discrete components on here. And if you ever need to work on one of these and you don't have a set of header sockets, they're not hard to make. It's not like they use the circuit board sockets. They're just pins, okay? Pins and sockets. So all I did was took a piece of strip board, machined out some traces, and then just soldered pins and sockets onto it, to make my own. Like I said, you don't have to have the factory originals. They're very simple to make. Don't need to be, precise in your measurements, because they're just big old clunky pins. But so there's those two boards. Actually, let me just tuck this one back down in here for the moment. We have 3 more boards over here. Oh. Actually, I guess I could tell you what these actually are. This is the receiver board. Run back through them. There's your IF board. This one is the audio board. And they aptly called this one the IC board. I wonder why they called it the IC board. Probably because it's got lots of ICs on it. And then the last one is the oscillator board. So, like I say, I just wanted to do a quick show and tell on this, the before, so you can see it doesn't look like it's really ever had anything done to it. Looks like all the electrolytics are still original, paper, cardboard covered aluminum can caps. Dirty, like I say, I did not even key the radio, so some of my receive problem could just be dirty contacts in the relay. That's a very common problem. But I'll find that out, like I say, when I restore it, because I'll pull that out and clean all the contacts. But overall, looks in very nice shape electronically. Nobody's been tinkering with it. It looks like it's modification free. For me, that's always a plus when I can be the first one to work on something. I'm not trying to follow behind somebody else that's been hacking at a radio for the last few decades. So, like I say, I just wanted to give you a quickie show of it so you could see what it looks like. But there you go. Oh, and one of the things that makes this such a good receiving radio and sideband, of course, like all old radios, big honkin' crystal filter. So, this one has a 7.825 megahertz filter. You can see right there. So that's one of the main reasons it receives so well. So look in the future, not too distant, because I've got lots of projects I want to do, but I honestly think this one will probably get done within the next 2 months, probably, maybe even less. All I got to do is find some of that impossible to find stuff, and that's time. But I'll make time somewhere along the line to actually get this thing back up and running, because like I say, I just really like them. It's hybrid, it's cool looking, and they actually work really well. So there you go, the Hy-Gain 623.